Okay, so here's the quick thought of the day. Why do we feel the need to criticize or look down on previous versions of ourselves? Like, now I'm enlightened, then I was an ignorant fool, now I'm right, then I was wrong, now I'm mature, then I was a baby. I don't think that's helpful, and I don't think that's true. One day the Lord said to me, add to your faith, don't subtract. And what I took him to mean was, whenever I show you something new, don't view it as in contradiction with everything I've taught you up to now. The thing I've taught you up to now was extremely helpful, was a vehicle that got you from where you were to where you needed to go next. So instead of viewing previous versions of you or previous versions of your belief system as ignorance and foolishness and childishness, you need to learn to honor the fact that that was a really helpful truth, but it was always a partial truth, because truth is almost always partial. I mean, if you think of truth as a person instead of a doctrine, I think that's extremely helpful. We say our big yes to Jesus when we first meet him, and then for the rest of our lives, and probably for eternity, we keep saying thousands and thousands of little yeses. So there's the big conversion, which is yes to Jesus instead of living for myself. And then after that, there's thousands of little yeses along the way of being converted to Jesus's way of thinking. And that doesn't happen all at once. That happens gradually over time. So when somebody is where you used to be, and the thing that you now look down on is actually the thing they need to get them where they're going, can you see how dumb it is for you to view what you learned earlier as ignorant and stupid when it's actually the vehicle they need to get where they're going? And it might be that the thing right now that you're viewing as terrible and heretical is actually just something that a couple years from now you'll be ready to learn. So just be careful who you look down on. Previous versions of yourself, future versions of yourself. Maybe if we had a lot less binary thinking of right, wrong, in, out, on, off, and just a lot more Jesus-like Jesus type of thinking, which says, well, the goal is to know him and to love him well. And yeah, the thing that you take for granted as like, well, duh, everybody knows that, might not be taken for granted. It might be the very truth that somebody else learns. Final thought. Jesus said that the person who is the complete teacher in the kingdom will bring forth from their treasure house both old treasures and new ones. Do you have a concept in your brain for old treasures? Things that you've held forever that you learned right at first that are still incredibly valuable? We need that. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I like you. We're friends. Let's be friends. Have a good day. Yeah, I'm going to go now. Bye. Enjoy. See you. Turn it off. Turn it off.